In the bustling streets of ancient Athens, where philosophers walked and ideas flourished, there existed a quiet observer who once proclaimed, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." This observer was none other than Socrates, a foundational figure in Stoic thought. This simple yet profound acknowledgement of ignorance isn't just an ancient aphorism. It's a powerful call to humility and continuous learning that resonates deeply in today's world. Stoicism teaches us that wisdom isn't about amassing knowledge, but about profoundly understanding our own limits and pursuing virtue. Today, we delve into how these timeless principles can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and help us navigate the complexities of modern life with serenity and strength. When we talk about humility in the context of Stoicism, we're tapping into one of the most essential virtues that the philosophy upholds. This isn't just about modesty, it's about a profound understanding of our place in the universe. Stoics believe that every individual has limits, and recognizing these limits isn't a sign of weakness, but of true self-awareness. Think about the ancient Stoic philosophers like Seneca or Marcus Aurelius, who, despite their immense responsibilities and power, emphasized the importance of being humble. They understood that no matter how much knowledge or power one has, it is the wisdom to accept one's own limitations that truly shapes a character. In a practical sense, humility allows us to remain students of life. It opens us up to more learning and growth because we acknowledge that we don't have all the answers. This mindset not only deepens our understanding, but also enhances our relationships with others. By acknowledging that we are part of a larger order and not the center of the universe, we learn to approach life and people with respect and curiosity rather than arrogance. So why is this important for you in today's world, where there's a lot of emphasis on self-promotion and the relentless pursuit of success? Stoic humility teaches us that there is strength in recognizing and embracing our vulnerabilities. This approach doesn't just make us wiser, it makes us more approachable and relatable to others, fostering genuine connections. It reminds us that life is not just about achievements, but also about the journey of continuous learning and adapting with a humble heart and an open mind. Embodying humility can dramatically shift how we live and interact with the world. It helps keep our ego in check, ensuring that our successes do not lead to a sense of superiority, but rather a deeper appreciation and a constant quest for wisdom and virtue. As we embrace the Stoic practice of humility, we find ourselves more grounded and ultimately more content with the life we lead. Stoicism isn't just about introspection and personal discipline, it's also profoundly about openness to experience. This Stoic principle isn't merely about seeking new experiences for pleasure or thrill. Rather, it's about embracing every situation, be it challenging or enriching, as an opportunity to learn and grow. This aspect of Stoicism teaches us that every experience, pleasant or unpleasant, holds a lesson, and that staying open to these lessons is crucial to developing wisdom. Openness in Stoicism also means stepping beyond our comfort zones and the confines of our established beliefs. The Stoics, like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, saw this openness as essential to developing a well-rounded character. It's about allowing ourselves to be vulnerable to new ideas, different cultures, and opposing viewpoints. It challenges us to question our preconceptions and to replace judgment with curiosity. For example, Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about viewing the obstacles we face as opportunities to practice virtues. This could mean seeing a disagreement as a chance to practice patience and understanding rather than a threat to our ego. For us today, this could translate into being open to feedback at work, without being defensive or engaging with people who challenge our worldviews, not to win an argument, but to understand a different perspective. It means maintaining a flexible mindset that is willing to adapt and evolve as new information and experiences come our way. If you're looking to transform your night routine like a true Stoic, check out my new ebook, Night Routine of the Roman Emperor. Grab your copy now. Link in the pinned comment. Let's continue. In a world that's rapidly changing and increasingly interconnected, such openness is more valuable than ever. Moreover, Stoic openness isn't passive. It's an active, deliberate choice to remain permeable to life's endless variability. It's about saying yes to life's complexities, about embracing the unknown and the uncontrollable with equanimity and courage. This openness doesn't mean losing our sense of self to the whims of fate. Rather, it's about integrating our experiences into a coherent self that is always growing, always learning. Embracing this Stoic openness to experience can enrich your life in unimaginable ways, making you more adaptable in times of change, more empathetic in relationships, and ultimately more resilient in the face of adversity. It cultivates a life not just lived, but fully experienced, deeply understood, and meaningfully appreciated. In Stoicism, the concept of making rational choices is central to living a virtuous life. This isn't just about choosing what's best for oneself, but involves deeply considering what is just and beneficial for the community at large. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca didn't view rational decision-making as merely a logical process. They saw it as a moral duty. Every decision, according to Stoic principles, should stem from a clear, calm mind and a strong ethical compass, aiming not just for personal gain, but for the greater good. So, what does making rational choices involve in a Stoic sense? It starts with self-awareness, knowing your values, your biases, and how these influence your decisions. It's about stepping back from immediate emotional reactions and considering the long-term consequences of your actions. Imagine you're faced with a choice at work that benefits you, but may disadvantage a colleague. A Stoic approach would involve weighing this choice against principles of fairness and the impact on collective welfare, rather than acting on competitive instincts or short-term gains. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us that rational choices are not made in isolation. We are part of a larger community, and our choices ripple out to affect others. This interconnectedness means that our decisions should contribute to social harmony and respect the dignity of others. It's about asking not just, is this good for me, but is this right? This involves a level of moral reasoning that goes beyond simple pros and cons. It's about aligning our choices with a broader, more universal set of ethical standards. In our daily lives, this Stoic principle can transform the way we make decisions, from small choices like how we respond to a stressful email to larger life decisions about career or relationships. Approaching each with a rational, community-focused mindset can lead to more fulfilling outcomes. It encourages us to think not just about what is easiest or most beneficial for us in the moment, but what is most just and virtuous. This way of decision-making strengthens our character and deepens our relationships, creating a life that is not only successful in the conventional sense, but also richly meaningful and ethically sound. Adopting this Stoic approach to rational choices challenges us to rise above our immediate desires and impulses, to engage with the world thoughtfully and ethically. It's about making wisdom an active force in our lives, guiding our actions and interactions towards the highest good. This is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and encapsulates more than just control over one's actions. It involves a deep regulation of emotions, desires, and reactions to external events. Stoics often emphasize the importance of mastering oneself before attempting to influence the world around us. This mastery is not about suppression or denial of emotions, but understanding and directing them in a way that aligns with reason and virtue. The pursuit of self-mastery is rooted in the idea that we cannot control external events, only our responses to them. This Stoic insight is liberating. It shifts the focus from trying to control the uncontrollable to refining our inner selves. For instance, when faced with disappointment or setback, instead of succumbing to frustration or despair, a Stoic would use this as an opportunity to practice resilience and adaptability. This isn't passive resignation, but an active engagement in shaping one's internal landscape. Moreover, self-mastery involves a proactive approach to personal development. It requires constant vigilance over one's thoughts and actions, ensuring they are in harmony with Stoic virtues. This includes practicing disciplines like mindfulness, which helps maintain an awareness of our present thoughts and feelings, and reflection, which involves regularly examining our actions and motives to ensure they align with our ethical standards. In practical terms, self-mastery can manifest in various aspects of life. For example, in maintaining professional integrity, a Stoic would choose actions that reflect their values even when under pressure to compromise. In personal relationships, it means managing impulses and emotions to foster understanding and respect, rather than conflict. Adopting self-mastery allows us to lead lives that are not only more controlled and less susceptible to external fluctuations, but also more fulfilling. It enables us to live authentically and with purpose, knowing that our actions are a true reflection of our deepest values and principles. This Stoic practice doesn't guarantee a life free from trouble, but it promises a life where every challenge is met with wisdom and every decision is a step towards greater virtue. Stoicism, with its rich emphasis on inner life, naturally cultivates an appreciation for solitude. This isn't about isolation, but about valuing quiet moments that fuel self-reflection and personal growth. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of spending time alone with one's thoughts, viewing it as essential to understanding oneself and the world. In solitude, we find the space to reflect on our actions, decisions, and motivations without the noise of external influences. It's a time to listen to our inner voice, to realign ourselves with our values and principles. This practice of solitude is especially relevant in today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, where finding a quiet moment can be a challenge. But it's in these moments of solitude that we can truly connect with ourselves, gaining clarity and insight that guide our actions and decisions. Embracing solitude also strengthens our resilience. When we learn to be comfortable in our own company, we become less dependent on external validation and more grounded in our own sense of self-worth. This inner strength is crucial for navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and composure. It allows us to stand firm in our convictions and remain true to our values, even when faced with opposition or adversity. Furthermore, solitude fosters creativity and innovation. Many great thinkers and artists have found their best ideas in moments of quiet contemplation. By giving ourselves the gift of solitude, we open up space for new thoughts and ideas to emerge, leading to greater personal and professional growth. Incorporating solitude into our daily lives doesn't require drastic changes. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly, reflect, and reconnect with our inner selves. Whether through meditation, journaling, or a quiet walk in nature, these moments of solitude can be profoundly transformative. In our increasingly busy and connected lives, solitude offers a sanctuary where we can recharge, reflect, and grow. It is in these quiet moments that we can cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Stoicism's emphasis on solitude, when embraced fully, enhances our capacity for self-awareness, resilience, and creativity, enriching every aspect of our lives. Stoic teachings remind us that life is a series of opportunities for practicing virtue, not a sequence of obstacles to our happiness. This perspective shift from seeing challenges as threats to viewing them as valuable experiences is central to Stoicism. The philosophy encourages us to welcome adversity with open arms, as it is through these challenges that we grow and become more resilient. Think of a Stoic philosopher like Epictetus, who lived much of his life as a slave. Despite his circumstances, he viewed his servitude not as a misfortune, but as an opportunity to practice and embody Stoic virtues such as patience, endurance, and wisdom. His teachings emphasize that the true measure of a person lies not in external circumstances, but in how they respond to them. For us, this means reinterpreting our struggles and difficulties as chances to develop inner strength and virtue. Instead of lamenting over things that go wrong, Stoicism teaches us to ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Moreover, the Stoic practice of reflecting on worst-case scenarios, known as premeditatio malorum, prepares us mentally for potential adversities. This isn't about pessimism, but about building resilience. By envisioning possible difficulties and mentally preparing for them, we reduce their emotional impact and are better equipped to handle them with equanimity when they arise. This practice enables us to remain calm and composed, no matter what life throws our way. In practical terms, this Stoic approach can be applied to various aspects of life, from personal setbacks like losing a job to interpersonal conflicts. By seeing each challenge as a learning experience, we shift our focus from suffering to growth, from frustration to opportunity. This mindset not only makes us more resilient but also more proactive in facing and overcoming life's challenges. It encourages us to take control of our responses and to find meaning and purpose in every situation. Stoicism's emphasis on viewing challenges as opportunities for growth transforms our approach to life. It empowers us to face adversity with courage and wisdom, turning every setback into a stepping stone for personal development and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This Stoic resilience ensures that we are not defined by our challenges, but by how we rise above them, leading to a life of greater fulfillment and meaning. Stoic philosophy teaches that our perspective on life's events profoundly influences our emotional and mental well-being. By changing the way we perceive and interpret these events, we can transform our experience of life. This principle is closely related to the Stoic practice of cognitive reframing, which involves shifting our perspective to view situations in a more constructive and empowering light. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This Stoic wisdom teaches us to view obstacles not as roadblocks but as integral parts of our path, essential for our growth and development. By changing our perspective, we can find opportunities where we once saw only difficulties. This Stoic approach to perspective change is not about denying reality or being overly optimistic, but about choosing a rational and virtuous response to whatever life presents. It involves recognizing that while we cannot control external events, we have complete control over our interpretation and reaction to them. For example, a job loss can be seen as a devastating setback, or it can be reframed as an opportunity to explore new career paths and personal growth. Similarly, a conflict in a relationship can be viewed not as a failure, but as a chance to deepen understanding and strengthen the bond. Practically, changing our perspective can involve asking ourselves key Stoic questions in challenging situations. What can I learn from this? How can this help me grow? What virtue can I practice here? By focusing on these questions, we shift our mindset from one of victimhood to one of empowerment and growth. In today's fast-paced and often stressful world, this Stoic practice of perspective change can be a powerful tool for maintaining mental and emotional resilience. It helps us navigate life's ups and downs with greater equanimity, transforming potential sources of stress into opportunities for learning and development. It empowers us to live more fully and with greater purpose, knowing that we have the inner strength to face any challenge with a constructive and virtuous mindset. By embracing the Stoic principle of changing our perspective, we can lead more fulfilling lives, characterized by greater emotional balance, resilience, and a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. It is through this shift in perspective that we can truly harness the power of Stoic wisdom to navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and strength. Stoicism's emphasis on the power of habit is a cornerstone for those seeking to cultivate a life of virtue and resilience. Habits, as the Stoics believed, are the building blocks of character. By consistently practicing Stoic virtues, these behaviors become ingrained, transforming our responses and actions into reflections of our deeper values and principles. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, often spoke about the importance of habituation in his teachings. He asserted that by repeatedly practicing Stoic exercises and principles, individuals could internalize these behaviors, making virtue second nature. This concept is akin to modern understandings of habit formation, where repeated actions eventually become automatic responses. In practical terms, building Stoic habits involves integrating small, consistent practices into our daily lives. This could include morning reflections on our goals and values, journaling about our experiences and reactions, or evening reviews of how well we adhered to Stoic principles throughout the day. By making these practices regular parts of our routine, we gradually shape our character and mindset. Moreover, Stoic habits are not just about actions, but also about cultivating a Stoic mindset. This involves regularly challenging our thoughts and perceptions, practicing gratitude, and focusing on what we can control. By making these mental practices habitual, we train our minds to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and equanimity. For instance, developing the habit of gratitude can significantly shift our perspective on life. By regularly reflecting on and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives, we can cultivate a more optimistic and resilient mindset. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control and finding contentment in the present moment. Similarly, the habit of mindfulness, a key Stoic practice, helps us stay present and fully engaged in our experiences. This involves regularly taking moments throughout the day to pause, breathe, and center ourselves. By making mindfulness a habit, we can reduce stress, enhance our focus, and improve our overall well-being. Building Stoic habits also involves practicing self-discipline and perseverance. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from self-mastery, which requires consistent effort and dedication. By regularly practicing self-discipline, whether through physical exercise, mental challenges, or ethical behavior, we strengthen our willpower and resilience. Incorporating Stoic habits into our daily lives helps us develop a character that reflects our highest values and principles. It enables us to respond to life's challenges with greater wisdom and equanimity, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. By committing to these small, consistent practices, we can harness the power of habit to transform our lives and embody the virtues of Stoicism in every aspect of our being. Stoicism teaches us that true contentment comes not from external possessions or achievements, but from inner tranquility and virtue. This concept, often referred to as the Stoic pursuit of eudaimonia, or flourishing, emphasizes that a good life is one lived in accordance with reason and virtue, regardless of external circumstances. Epictetus, in his discourses, often reminded his students that we should focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. External events, he argued, are beyond our control and should not dictate our happiness. By cultivating inner tranquility and focusing on our own virtue, we can find contentment and peace, regardless of what happens around us. This Stoic approach to contentment involves a profound shift in focus from external to internal sources of happiness. It encourages us to find joy and satisfaction in our own growth and development rather than in external successes or possessions. This shift not only leads to greater emotional resilience, but also fosters a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. In practical terms, cultivating Stoic contentment involves regularly reflecting on our values and aligning our actions with them. It means practicing gratitude for what we have, rather than constantly striving for more. It also involves accepting the present moment as it is, without wishing for it to be different. By focusing on our own virtue and inner tranquility, we can find a lasting and profound sense of contentment. Stoic contentment is not about complacency, but about finding peace and satisfaction in our efforts to live a virtuous life. It is about recognizing that true happiness comes from within, and that by cultivating our inner selves, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. This inner peace, rooted in virtue and reason, is the essence of a fulfilling and meaningful life, according to Stoic philosophy. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for living a resilient and fulfilling life. By embracing the principles of controlling what we can, viewing challenges as opportunities, changing our perspective, building virtuous habits, and finding contentment within, we can cultivate a life of greater meaning, purpose, and tranquility. These Stoic teachings, though ancient, are profoundly relevant in today's fast-paced, often chaotic world. They provide a roadmap for navigating life's complexities with wisdom and grace, leading to a more balanced, resilient, and fulfilling existence. Thank you for watching. If you found value in these Stoic principles, please give this video a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. Remember, the journey to inner peace and wisdom starts with one step. Let's take it together. Until next time, stay strong and stay stoic.